Hey there! Today I'm making beef crostinis. It's an appetizer that you can have at parties or even for yourself, which I'm doing for me. And for today's process, I'm going to make the cheese dip, or cheese spread, myself. It's going to be provolone based, and I like spicy stuff, so I'm going to be spicing it up with jalapenos. Also some garlic too, because, you know, who doesn't like garlic? And then the other part of it is actually making the tenderloin. And that, I just have a loin right here. And along with the loin, you're going to need some milk, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic, cornstarch, oil, and then bread, cheese, and jalapeno. So let's jump right in. Alright, one of the first things you want to get ready is the thickening for the cheese. Just get some milk. I did about 2/3 of a cup right here. I'm just going to throw in about a tablespoon's worth of flour. Maybe a little bit more. And then a little bit of salt too. Not a lot. Just stir this up, make sure that there's no clumps. Alright, whenever you have it nice and stirred up, go ahead and throw on your stovetop. You're on medium-low heat. You don't have to wait for it to preheat. You can go ahead and just throw the cheese in. As it starts to melt, make sure you stir it constantly. Right, and when it gets to the point where it starts separating, go ahead and toss in the jalapenos. Shortly after you toss in the jalapenos, go ahead and add the thickening. The cheese doesn't need to be completely melted, as you're going to have it slowly mix with the thickening. As it's simmering, you want to do small little stirs in order to get the cheese mixed in. And then slowly work your way up to larger swirls, or larger circles. Alright, once you get evenly distributed, you want to let it simmer for a little bit longer so the starch has cooked all the way through, making it where it has better consistency once it cools. And about right here, when it's bubbling like this, you can turn off the heat. Once it gets to the point where the cheese does not stay together, it slides off easily, you want to go ahead and put it in a container. And then refrigerate for about an hour. Now, after it cools, you'll have this creamy, cheesy, spicy, delicious spread. Comes off easily on the fork, or on the knife, and it's going to go really great with the tenderloin once it's finished. Alright, before you get started on cooking the meat, you're going to want to go ahead and preheat the oven to about 425 degrees. Okay, with your oven and stovetop heating up, you want to go ahead and get the meat ready. You want to use a oven-safe pan. Go ahead and throw the meat in there. Then you're just going to season it. Basic seasonings, oil, salt, and pepper. Be kind of generous with the oil. Trust me, it's going to help out. and then just rub the flavoring into it. Alright, once you have it coated, you want to, alright, to reiterate for this next part, you want to make sure that if you're using electric like I am, that this stove top is already preheated, because you want it to heat up very quickly in the pan. What you're going to do is you're going to sear the entire outside. So, just after it heats up, you're just going to turn it as it sears. Oh my god, my stovetop sucks. Alright, so you want the entire outside, to be browned about to this level. And once it's ready, alright, with the seared the way you want it, go ahead and just take the entire thing and immediately pop it inside of the oven. It's going to take a while to cook, so for now just wait. Alright, whenever you think it's cooked to the temperature you want it to be, just pop it out. You can check how well done it's cooked real quick. Oh yeah, that's good right there. That's like perfect. Alright, with the meat cooling off, we can go ahead and prep our next stage. Have this bread sitting in the freezer, makes it a little bit easier to cut. And you just want to cut some little slices off of it. You generally want these a little bit thin, you don't want them too thick. Then after you cut them, you want to toast them. For toasting them, you can either just use the oven that you just cooked the meat in real quick, or for me, I have this little toaster oven. I'm just going to pop these in and they'll be ready in a couple seconds. Alright, now that the bread is toasted, the meat is cooled down enough, and the cheese spread has thickened to the right consistency, we can go ahead and finish our dish. You just want to go ahead and take the toasted bread and spread the cheese on it. Then you're going to take a slice of the meat and garnish it on top. Some places I've had this at, they like to put horseradish on top. I don't like horseradish, so I'm not, but I know other people who love it dearly. So feel free to do that yourself. And you're just going to repeat this. You're just going to spread on the toast, and then cut off a piece and put it on there. Now, depending on how many you want to make, you can cut the meat thick or thin. If you cut it really thin, it's still going to have really good flavor. And the same goes with the bread too. If you only have one loaf of bread, but you need to make a lot of these appetizers, then you're going to cut the bread really thin. And in order for presentation's sake, you can use a filler vegetable on the bottom or on the sides. I use green beans. I know spinach is really good. Yeah, spinach sounds really good right now too. But this is all you're going to do now is just cheese, the toast, and then meat. And there you go. Beef crostini appetizers. Alright. Thanks for watching. I hope this little recipe video inspires you to go ahead and give your guests something they really will love next time you have a party. Have a good one.